Here's a story about a fox and 3 little chicks.
Maman.
Il n'y a plus de maman ici. Voici le grand méchant renard. Alors, tremblez, misérables poussins, car je vais vous dévorer. Oui, donc je disais, je suis venu vous dévorer.
One day, a fox opened his jaws wide and bit right into a hen's backside. The next thing he knew, he was beaten black and blue and thrown out on his rear. A pig felt sorry for him and gave him a basket of carrots. The fox slunk away, totally defeated. When night fell, he snuck back into the hen's house. While she was away, he stole her 3 eggs and took them home. The fox figured he'd hatch the chicks himself so he could have fresh chicken to eat. Finally, all 3 chicks hatched. Just as he was about to gobble them up, the little chicks rushed toward him with such enthusiasm that he stumbled backward in shock. They thought he was their mother. The fox ran out of the cave in a panic, where a wolf was already waiting. The wolf told him that chicks taste much better when they're fully grown. The fox thought this was a great idea, and so began his days as a mom. At night, he had to tell them bedtime stories. During the day, they wanted him to play games with them. The fox was frustrated. He was supposed to eat them, so how did he end up going soft? Under the fox's care, the chicks believed they were foxes too. They refused to eat carrots, so the fox had to shape the carrots to look like little chicks before they'd eat them. Watching the kids dream about growing up to be foxes, he desperately wanted to tell them the truth, that he'd stolen them. But after all this time together, he'd come to see the chicks as his own children. When the chicks spotted the big bad wolf outside, they weren't scared at all. Instead, they marched right up to him, threatening to beat him up. The wolf couldn't wait any longer and told the fox he wanted to eat them now. To stop him, the fox lied and said the kids were sick. Back in the cave, he tried to escape with the chicks, but the wolf was still guarding the entrance. Hiding back inside, he thought it over and decided to dig a tunnel to escape. But when he poked his head out, there was the wolf right beside him. Fed up with the fox's tricks, the wolf lost his temper. He reached into the basket, grabbed what he thought was a chick, and shoved it in his mouth, only to discover he was eating a carrot. To avoid the wolf, the fox disguised himself as a hen and snuck into the farm. The mother hen didn't recognize that the 3 chicks were her own babies. Seeing how much the hen hated foxes, the fox became even more determined to keep his identity secret. At the farm, all chicks had to go to school. The 3 chicks insisted they were foxes and didn't want to go. Only after a lot of patient coaxing did the fox convince them to attend. Before they left, he reminded them not to eat their classmates. He'd barely gotten home when there was a knock at the door. The kids had brought home another chick, planning to eat it. Luckily, the chick thought it was all a game. The terrified fox quickly made them return the chick. Worried about his kids, the fox was about to follow them when he turned around to find a crowd of angry hens gathered outside. It turned out the kids had been caught stealing chicks at school. The hens grew more and more agitated, then charged at him and gave him a beating. In the process, they knocked off his disguise. Seeing the fox's true form, the mother hen finally realized those 3 chicks were her own babies. But when she rushed to the hen house, the chicks had vanished. They'd gotten tired of the fox's nagging and returned to the forest, where they ran straight into the big bad wolf. This time, there was no escape.